Okay, I will admit, in reality, it is a little bit early to be making this video, but the Sonic movie 2 is only like 5 or 6 months away, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's not that early. Morons. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your Sox556. Welcome back to a new video. I wish I could do that thing. I don't know how to explain it, so I'll put it on screen. I'll put a picture of it on screen real quick. Where I could like tell you, like, this is the intro, and then this next spot is like the meat of the video, so like the movie predictions, because I do have a couple things to say before the video begins, like I always do. I always have a little bit of an intro. So if anyone knows how to do that, please tell me in the comment section below. But until I learn how to do that, I'll just put a timestamp on screen. So this is where the actual predictions begin. Otherwise, as you guys saw when you clicked on the video, yes, I am going to go ahead and tell y'all my predictions for the Sonic movie 2. And before this video begins, I got two things for you guys. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe. Leaving a like definitely helps, because I did technically take 2 months off of YouTube and I'm just really getting back into it. I do need my channel to get back into the algorithm, and leaving a like gets the video out to more people, and that's really all I could ask for. And make sure you subscribe. Again, by the end of the year, I'm trying to be between my goal, like I said in the future video, I'm trying to be between 700 and 1,000 subscribers, and I cannot do it without you guys. We're close to 700, but I really do think by the end of the year we can be at least 800, close to 1,000. And the second thing I wanted to tell you guys is this may not be the only video of the week. There may be another Sonic Tales episode. Maybe episode 8 will come out by the end of the week, but if not, it'll definitely come out next week. And I do want to go back to that format where I do one discussion video and at least one plush video every other week. So one discussion video every single week, but only one other plush video one like every other week. I definitely can't explain that well, but I hope you guys get the idea. But I need more discussion videos, guys. So what do you guys want to see from the channel? Do you guys want to see some more Sonic plush community videos? Do you want to see more Sonic discussion videos, Mario discussion videos, life discussions? I don't know. I can really talk about anything, you know what I'm saying? So just please do let me know in the comment section below. I was thinking more of like next week, hopefully. I may be doing a video on serialized storytelling in Sonic plush videos, and how you can do that and still be successful and not have to just be a sitcom ripoff of SML, you know what I'm trying to say? Not pointing fingers or anything either, I just think it's a pretty interesting topic. But yeah, again, just let me know, because Sonic plush videos are going to be like every other week, but I do know I can still put out other content while I am creating, like in this case, episode 8. I know I can put out some other videos like this one, for example. So just let me know. I am definitely open to doing anything not at this point, but like I'm open to doing whatever you guys want to see, because I need ideas. I'm pretty dumb. Give me them. Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about my predictions for the Sonic movie 2. Alright, so splitting this section up into 2 parts. I'm first going to start with like the sequence, so beginning of the movie, middle of the movie, end of the movie. Then I do want to talk about the characters, and I'll go into depth with that when I get to that section. Okay, so I got my script here, and this is extremely hard because I barely know anything about the movie, just like everyone else, but I do kind of know how the beginning will probably go, because of course the little synopsis that was either leaked or it came out from Paramount. So I believe the beginning of the movie is going to go kind of simple. I don't think it's going to be like last time where there was a flashback. If anything, I believe it's going to kind of like, in a sense, recap the last movie, not necessarily recap it, but I don't even have that in my script here. I think it's just going to start out with Sonic on Earth, just not getting used to, like, he's already used to his lifestyle, living with Maddie and Tom, just kind of having fun, and then they're gonna like pull him to the side and be like, hey Sonic, we're getting married, or we're going on vacation, and we don't want to bring you. You'd think this would make Sonic like sad because they're leaving him alone, which was the entire issue of the first movie, but I think Sonic's just gonna easily accept. He's like, okay, yeah, I can do this, I got it, I'm mature enough to be able to stay home alone. And then they dip, and that's when Tails and them are gonna come in. I also think the movie can go 2 ways. I think the writers can either write Maddie and Tom out the story, or they can keep them in it. Like, they can easily just like ship them off on a vacation, or they can keep them in by kind of doing a quick twist by just like they're about to leave and then maybe like Tails pulls up. So back on topic here, Sonic's home alone, and then the movie cuts to Dr. Eggman, and we're gonna see how his lifestyle has been, maybe reminiscing on Agent Stone, trying to figure out a way, of course, just to get back and maybe even wanting to contact him in some way, failing, and then going to explore more around the mushroom world. Then when he goes exploring and possibly builds himself another Eggmobile or something, he runs into the warrior Knuckles, who's out looking for another, I don't want to say life. I was gonna originally had Sonic, but there's no way that they're still looking for Sonic after, what, 10 years? I just feel like they'd give up at some point or just keep him until they find any tracing of him. So I'm going to just go with possibly an emerald. That could be a way they could introduce the Chaos Emeralds, or maybe he's going out looking for the Master Emerald. I don't know. In the synopsis, it does says that they're going to be using a emerald, not the Chaos Emerald or the Master Emerald, just an emerald. So who knows? And then of course, I think he's going to run into Knuckles, trick him, just kind of like the Sonic 3 thing. And if the tribe is still alive, I do think he's going to trick the tribe as well. So maybe he can have a whole clan of echidnas on his side. And yes, a clan of echidnas, because you already know about Ken Penders. Can't use the echidna tribe. This motherfucker. And that is really the beginning part. I feel like we can all agree that's probably how it's going to go. And then when I got to the middle part, when I started concepting some ideas that are realistic, that all kind of went out the window because I don't really know how this could go. Eggman ends back up on Earth. How? Exactly, I don't know. But of course there's that scene or that leak of him in the wherever they were recording. He was flying up in the air doing some pose. Again, that's why I do think he's gonna have he's gonna build something so he can walk around. In that pose, it's definitely not the Eggmobile. I think maybe it's a jetpack. I don't know. But if that's not at the end of the movie, I feel like he's gonna get back to Earth relatively quickly. And if that is at the end of the movie, I'm extremely confused now, because I mean that is kind of recorded. I think it's still recorded in the same places where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles do that at the end of the movie type of pose, which you definitely know it's at the end of the movie. But again, I don't really know, so I didn't really write a script for this part like I did the beginning and the end. I kind of more so wrote ideas. If that's fine, if you guys don't like that, well, too bad. It's being in this video. Idea 1. I think that Eggman is going to just go back to tracking Sonic for himself and less than against the government. And I think it'll more so work out because Knuckles especially if the Echidna clan is dead, he kind of wants to avenge his ancestors and probably follow in the footsteps of, I guess, Eggman in this case as well, and go and try to kill Sonic. Another idea that kind of follows in that line is that kind of the same idea, but just Longclaw's alive. So I don't know, maybe Longclaw killed everyone. But Knuckles, I just don't see where Longclaw can really inject herself into the story. Maybe she sent Tails. Maybe she raised Tails, and maybe there's echidnas still there. Just the real question is, how did she get away and find this fox? That would be the real issue. Third idea, if you don't remember, Agent Stone's actor did say that he felt like Agent Stone could be his own villain. I'm pretty sure the writers wouldn't just give in to that saying, but let's just say that they did, and Agent Stone kind of becomes his own supervillain and goes back to get Eggman or try to find where he's at so they can rejoin forces and really kick Sonic's ass in a sense. My fourth idea, and it's actually really hard to say because we know near to nothing about this movie, is Tails. This movie revolves around Tails. He's really going to kickstart the conflict, in my opinion, because once he finds Sonic, he's going to tell him his motives, and he's going to tell him pretty much everything about what we missed the last 10 years of Sonic's life. Why? Someone sent Tails. I think we can all agree that someone did send him. I'm still on the fence about it, but I do think someone sent him to go and find Sonic, and there's something wrong back on Sonic's world, and we just need to figure out what that is. Tails holds so much weight to this movie. But of course, in the movie, you're going to have a lot of fun, giggles, and laughs. And then, of course, you're going to have that chase scene, I believe, where the police are either chasing after Sonic, they're chasing after Tom, which, again, I think Tom's going to be in the movie, especially if Sonic's in a car. I don't think he's just going to be with random people. I think he's definitely going to be with either Tom or Maddie. Again, I think something that does support that theory of Tom and Maddie still being in the movie is that picture of Tom and Maddie running. Unless they're in Hawaii or they're just on vacation at that point. That would be pretty weird if we went to that B plot of the movie and was just with Tom and Maddie. Again, I don't think they're that lovable of characters to have their own separate plot like they did for most of the beginning of the movie, but hey, who knows? I do hope that they have that one fight scene from Sonic X where Sonic and Knuckles are kind of fighting at a lake, forestish area. And I do want to shout out Nyes because that's where I did first learn about that potentially even being a thing. So shout out to him. Everything else I did learn from like articles and stuff like that or prior knowledge. Oh, and also I totally skipped over this. The Army or GUN, they're gonna be in this movie. So what do they play? Is the government like going to go back after Sonic? Are they gonna see Tails and find him as a new threat? What's this idea? Because again, they play them or they portray them as aliens from another world, which I know a lot of people didn't like, but I am like so invested in that because I mean, they are kind of like aliens. I mean, they're just cute aliens in a sense. So you know, I do like that idea, and I do like the government working. I just feel like there's so many plots that how or what are they trying to do? I mean, this can all work easily. This could be easily written into a great, amazing story. I just want to know how they're going to do it, because there's like, for every tricklet of information, there's like 3 other routes they could go, if you know what I'm trying to say. So what's like GUN's role in this movie? Are they protagonist? Are they antagonist? I'm going to assume they're antagonist, or like semi-antagonist. I'm excited for them, to be honest, because I do think that leads on to a little bit more of a theory that I'll have later on with my boy Shadow. Oh, and by the way, I am one of those people who is not a believer that Amy or Cream or any other character besides Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles that will be a CGI character to be in the movie, unless it's a cameo at the end, which I will talk about when we talk about the characters. But now onto how I believe the movie will end. Again, I had 2 ways this could go. I don't think the movie will end on Earth. I feel like that would be anticlimactic to how the last movie went. Now, the difference between like movies and cartoons, of course, there's many drastic things, but like, you don't feel anticlimactic if something is done the exact same way as whatever prior was. Like in a season finale, you can have like a place, like for example, in my series Sonic Tales, my season finale ended Sonic versus Eggman. This time it ended Sonic versus Metal Sonic in 2 different places. If it ends again, like let's say Sonic versus Chaos in the same exact place, that's going to become a little redundant, but no one's going to really care because it's a season finale and you've been waiting for however many months or times or years or whatever. In a movie, you're going to just remember the one thing because there's only one installment of said film. And if it's the same exact like fight and just the end with like 2 extra CGI characters, it's going to feel a lot more redundant than, let's say, those season finales I was talking about. So for that matter, I do believe that the final battle, or just like the ending of the movie in general, will probably end on a different world. I'm not sure if it'll be Sonic's world, the Mushroom World, the other planets that are surrounding Earth. But no matter how it is, I think it's still going to play out the same. And that is Knuckles is going to change sides and eventually just become onto Sonic's side and help fight Eggman to... I don't know what they're going to do with him. Are they just going to knock him away into another planet like they did? Are they going to try to kill him? It really depends. Like, it's funny how much leverage Jim Carrey has, because let's just say he's done with the Sonic franchise and is like, yeah, screw this, I'm not doing a 3rd movie. And they like had the ending kind of be a way where they needed Eggman to be in the movie. You're kind of screwed at that point. That's why I feel like sooner rather than later, they're going to just go with the CGI protagonist and CGI antagonist, so they can just like not have that weight on their shoulders. Like imagine Patrick Casey being like, okay, guess what? We kind of have a rough draft for the script. And then your boy Jim Carrey's just like, you know what? I'm gonna call it a deuce. I'm done with this piece. Do you know how much that have to suck? So I feel like they're gonna try to write it in a way where they don't need Eggman to carry the movie again as the main antagonist. So I don't know how they're going to end it, but I do know, of course, that Knuckles is going to like transfer over onto Sonic's side by the end of the movie. And that really is a heavy point of the movie because that's Knuckles' turning point. I feel like they got to do it right. They can't just do it like mid-fight, like, hey, you're wrong, I'm right. And then it'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm on this team now. That's just not going to work. I feel like they're going to have to maybe do it towards maybe right before the climax, or maybe right before... school language here, but like the falling action, you know what I'm trying to say, before everything is about to really died down into the resolution of the movie. I'm sorry, I'm a writer. I did take writing classes. I'm sure you guys know I'm a writer from my series and stuff. Get over me using school language. Love you. Back to it though, I do think that Knuckles and Sonic and Tails are gonna have like a Sonic Heroes-esque moment, just showing like maybe whenever they've all been together besides Sonic Heroes, but that's the one that comes to mind. And of course, defeat Eggman. I think Knuckles is gonna learn that maybe his tribe was flawed, trying to just kill Sonic and harness one's power just because he has it. Sonic was never like using it for bad. That's another thing I think we'll learn in the movie is why they wanted his power. That's a very interesting thing that we really need to learn. Besides from that though, I think that's just the main thing. He's going to see that everything that he's standing for at that moment is extremely flawed. And then once he figures out that Sonic and Tails are pretty much just gods, he's going to be like, oh, I should be probably working with the good people who are less flawed than me. But no matter what happens there, Sonic and friends will probably end up staying on Earth for another while, and Maddie and Tom will adopt 3 more kids, and I have a reason, or 3 more kids, I can't count, 2 more kids, and I have a reason why. Reason number 1, G-UN. I feel like they need to be in contact or in alignment with Sonic at all times, and I feel like even no matter how the movie ends, if Eggman's dead, if whatever happens, if of course like someone popular shows up at the end of the movie, they're still going to be there. They're going to be on Sonic's case. They're going to be on whoever's case for a while. And I mean, you can't really do that without having Sonic there. I also would feel like it'd be a cool plot point if they figured out about the other worlds as well. Maybe they found out about the rings. You know what I'm trying to say? They could possibly want to figure out what's on the other worlds. I want them to be like that government agent. You know what I'm trying to say? That would be so cool. And my second reason, it's kind of more of a BS reason, I'll be real with you. What's his name? James Marsden is signed up for like the next while to be on these movies. I'm not sure if it's for how many films or it's for just how many years. That could definitely put like a wrench into the situation. But he's here for a while, so I don't think they're gonna let Sonic just, you know, leave that quickly. And at the end of the movie, I'm a believer that Shadow will show up. I do feel like they're kind of pointing at Shadow's direction. I'm not sure about Gerald Robotnik, Rouge, Omega, none of them. I'm really positive though that Shadow is gonna be that villain, that cameo guy, as Tails was in the first movie. I feel like they're gonna shoehorn in Shadow there somewhere. I feel like that's the move. Not Metal Sonic, not Chaos, not anyone else. Definitely your boy Shadow. Now let's talk about the characters so I can explain myself and so you guys don't think I look like a complete idiot. Let's go. Finally, now this is the part of the video I really had a great grasp on because I didn't know what the actual heck was going to go on in the movie, but for characters, I have a little bit more of leverage because I can pull from pretty much anything and figure out, oh yeah, this is how they're going to be. And the characters I'm going to be talking about is Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Maddie and Tom are one, like just like kind of one being in a sense here, but I'm just going to be talking about them at the same time. Eggman, Agent Stone, and Shadow the Hedgehog. Yo, future me here. I forgot to say Longclaw's name because I'm going to talk about her right after I talk about Knuckles. I forgot to say that back to the video. My bad. Also, I'm going to be spending a little bit more time on the CGI characters because, I mean, they're the star of the show, not like Agent Stone. Starting out with Sonic here, I do believe they're going to continue with this I'm so lonely trope and stuff like that, and then along the way, they're going to have Tails and Knuckles, and he's going to find more people that are like him, and so he's going to be able to fit in with people that are not only like him, but just like, I feel like in his entire environment, especially after saving the day and saving his new town, Green Hills. I just feel like that sounds kind of weird, but you get the idea. I feel like Sonic's character-defining moment's also going to be in this movie where it brings him from movie Sonic to video game counterpart Sonic, which what I mean by that is he's not going to be extremely childish. I feel like he's going to bring on more of that serious vibe when things get serious, like he did at the end of the movie, of course, but I feel like he's going to really put it back up there to where he's like, oh yeah, I'm the main protagonist and I'm going to do such and such to protect my friends. But at the same time, there's a very high chance that Sonic does not take that jump, which would be a very interesting thing, and it's going to be very important if he doesn't, because that leads me on to Tails. I feel like Tails is going to be that golden boy, and I feel like he's going to be the person to stir up like the conflict or the action of the story. My only fair reasoning for him stirring up all the action stuff is, well, of course, in the last movie, it left off with him and him needing to find Sonic. I don't think it's going to take him, like, the entire film or even half the film to find him. I think he's going to find him relatively quickly, probably in the beginning or, like, near the end of the first act of the movie. So that in itself is going to stir up some type of conflict or just, like, issue in the air that Sonic's going to have floating around and he's going to have to deal with throughout the movie. Also, yes, I am a believer of Longclaw sending Tails. I don't think it's going to be true once the movie comes out. I feel like that's too anticlimactic, but I do feel like she sent him for some other reason than it is to go and seek out his power. I feel like there's an actual, like, a more serious purpose than it's like, oh, I need this power because yes. Like, I feel like there's a real reason to needing him just in general, not even just his power. Otherwise, I do think Tails is going to play a major role in this movie. I think him and Sonic's like friendship will be very cute and lovable, and it's probably going to be very relatable. And I think that Tails will have a lot of reasoning behind them actually getting a third movie. I feel like whatever his plot is in the movie, that's the reason it's going to like elevate this movie to get, well, a third one. Now let's talk about I feel like out of Sonic and Tails, Knuckles is going to probably be the closest to his video game counterpart, being that rough, tough guy, but also pretty gullible. But just like Sonic and Tails, I feel like he is going to have a defining feature like Sonic's was. He's lonely. Of course, in the video games, he's never that. He's just straight up cocky and kind of a douche. Tails, I feel like he's going to have that confidence boost over Sonic, so it's like he's kind of the leader, but he also just kind of pushes Sonic to be the better him in a sense. And for Knuckles, this was actually hard for me to pick, and I actually have it split. He's either going to be cartoonishly fearful of things or he's going to be kind of a softie. What I mean by cartoonishly fearful of things, I mean like how an elephant is like scared of a mouse, and Knuckles could be just like scared of tiny objects. Not like Sonic, he may be shorter than him. I don't think he's going to be scared of Sonic, like actual small things. That's just kind of something I want. It's not going to happen though. And him being a big softie is definitely more seeable or realistic, because I mean, Knuckles is coming off as tough. He's probably going to be a warrior. I don't think he's going to be the last of his kind. I feel like he's going to have more people there, but he definitely is going to be like the main echidna, the main attraction. And I feel like though he's going to come off as rough and gruff and I'm a villain with Eggman and me and him are going to take you down, no, I feel like he's going to have that like soft spot, like, oh, Sonic, I understand. You're doing things right. Maybe I should start, rolling over to his side and, having friendships and all that good jazz. But I think his purpose in the movie is pretty simple. It's just to really fulfill his Sonic 3 purpose on a big screen. Longclaw, I feel like even if she isn't alive, she's still going to be playing a decent role in this movie, if it's via flashback or if she actually is in the movie herself. Longclaw for me right now is definitely a character where I don't know how to feel about her because I don't know her. That's like a stranger. Okay, this is a very bad example. That's like a stranger dying. You feel bad, but you're like, okay, I'm not extremely hurt because I didn't like love them or I didn't get to know them. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, that was a little bit of a harsh example, but it had to get my point across. But like, again, I feel like Longclaw could play a couple of roles. The sender of Tails, she either raised Tails as well, go find Sonic, which again, doesn't really bring out good morals. Like, I just grew this kid to go find my other kid. I don't know, sit right with me, but that's one thing. Flashbacks could be cool, but like, I mean, Sonic was like 3 or 4 at the time. I don't see how he would remember extremely a lot about her. Or maybe we could find some flashbacks to Tails, like maybe she died after Tails was sent off. I don't know, there's a lot of possibilities with her. But nevertheless, I do think she is going to be in the second film. Speed round, Maddie and Tom. I do feel like they're going to be a little bit more important than they were in the last film, meaning that they're going to probably be thrown into more situations. I think like the animators are going to get more comfortable having them like in the way of like a CGI fight maybe. But though they may be more important, that does not mean they're going to get extreme amount of screen time. It does seem like they're going to attempt to get them out of this movie by sending them off. But like I said, I do think they're going to probably get sucked right back into the movie just because Sonic is that young of a guy who can't do anything by himself. Dr. Eggman, of course he's going to be the big bad of this movie alongside Knuckles. I just really hope that the fight scenes aren't gonna be BS'd or just pushed to the side because of him being forced in an Eggmobile that's stagnant for like most of the fight scene. Like, nothing against the final battle in the first Sonic movie, but go back and watch it. It's really just Eggman sitting there trying to be menacing and Sonic just beating the crap out of his mobile. But again, I do think he's going to be more complex. He's going to be more unhinged, which I am super excited for. We're going to get really Eggman and not just straight up Jim Carrey. Though I do think the mix of them both is just, that's a character. That is a character. Agent Stone. Either going to be his own villain or he's just going to be that side character until Eggman gets back and puts him back in his place. Respectfully. Now, Shadow. Shadow. I know you guys are probably questioning why Shadow, but hear me out for a second. The Sonic movie franchise itself is slated to have, I believe, 3 films, or like a trilogy. Of course, Jeff Fowler wants a multiverse. I, as a Sonic fan, of course, hope that becomes to be. That would just be freaking golden. But if they're going to get a 3rd film, I feel like they're going to have to do something that really packs a punch. Not only that, I do feel like they're hinting at possibly Shadow or Gerald Robotnik with what was their name? I can't remember now. GUN. Just like Sonic Adventure 2 vibes, you know what I'm saying? But to me, the main factor of this is who's going to be their cameo guy, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to leave us just with a peaceful ending, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles doing their Avengers pose as they go off into the sunset. No, they're going to have some guy there ready to come back and kick them in the butt. But who's that going to be? A friend of mine last year when the first Sonic movie ended, Pomegranates, you know, bro, I got exposure here. He thinks that it's going to be Chaos. I mean, a year ago. I actually haven't asked him since, and I should probably do that, but I'm too lazy. Now, though I would love a great fight between Sonic and friends and a water Godzilla, no. They would have to introduce Tikal, the Adventure Cast, and unless it's going to be a 100% CGI film, it ain't happening, boo. Metal Sonic, I just don't see why, and this is why Shadow's kind of the perfect person, because, like, okay, first villain, Eggman, you're establishing the fight between Sonic and Eggman, cool. Second villain, Eggman and Knuckles, and you got this chaos energy. Okay, pretty cool. Knuckles isn't really bad because then he turns good, and we all know him as a good guy because of the video games and all that stuff, and Eggman is just kind of the villain again. Alright, for that 3rd time around, we can't just have Eggman be the villain again. We need someone who's badass and can really pair up against Sonic. And I can already see a comment. Socks, why not Metal Sonic? He's literally Metal Sonic. He's a robot. He doesn't have real feelings, none of that. You need someone who can think for himself, who is edgy, who is cool. And though I know all that stuff is like, it's kind of like a game nowadays, but really, for a movie, if they can get him right, Shadow, again, I don't really like to cuss on this channel or anything. He can be badass, and that's what we need from this movie. I mean, just think about it. Sonic, cute. Tails, cute. Knuckles, cute. They're all lovable and cute. Shadow, though, I mean, maybe bang him up a bit, give him some scars, you know what I'm saying? Make him look like a badass. Just try not to make him extremely cute, which is probably what's gonna hinder his design a little bit. Not that it's not gonna look like good or anything. It's just gonna make him look a little goofy because he needs to be serious. And I feel like in this 3rd movie, they should just unleash him. Just like Eggman, just like how Jim Carrey doesn't give 2 flying whatever about it. You know, they should do the same thing. Patrick Casey and the other writer guy, I can't remember his name, should really just not give any flying anythings about it. They should just really unhinge Shadow as a character in that 3rd movie, which again, can really give Sonic some competition because he should not just be able to get away with all this happiness when you're writing a villain. Sorry about my Shadow rant there, but I really did want to put my reasoning out there why I do think Shadow will be in the 2nd Sonic movie as a cameo. But please let me know in the comment section below, who do you think the cameo person is going to be? If you say Silver, leave. because it's not silver. Now with that, guys, those were my predictions for the Sonic movie 2. Again, this is pretty early, still no trailer at the time of this recording. Not even an official poster. There's literally nothing besides like one thing, and I'll try to find a picture of it and put it on screen. Otherwise, though, I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think will happen in the second movie? Personally, I'm super excited for it. I think it's going to be 100 times better than the first movie just because of more characters and more Sonic aspects than that first movie. But all we can do is hope until we see the first trailer, am I right? Anyways, guys, make sure you leave a like on the video. It does help get the video out to more people. And if you are new, subscribe. Again, trying to hit that goal between 700 and 1K. I definitely forgot what I was about to say, so I started slowing down there. But with that being said, guys, I'll be back soon for Sonic Tales Episode 8, Knuckles Family Bonanza. With that being said, I love you guys. Wear your socks. Peace.
Coffee.